tits.
God damn it! Oh my fucking god. Hey everyone, welcome to a very scuffed goddamn session again. Technicality, this is session 1. Since I pretty much lost count, minus the fact that I have derailed myself multiple times. If you have not seen the videos or episode of Ryo no Kage, I'm pretty sure that I ended up saying it correctly.
You did.
Just to give you a bit of a note, I am going to be referencing some characters from the main campaign that Ryo no Kage is in. As of right now, this mini campaign is called Void Legacy, and it's 3 years before the main events of the main game. So, I will try to recap to the best of my ability. As of right now, during the last session, they're just currently at the motel. And if I remember correctly, they are going to be heading straight to bed before they have a drink and maybe get a food or two before they head to rest. As of right now, that is the only thing that I can say, as we're gonna go with Ellie, who is playing as a Ellison Dus Wood Elf.
That's right. Cave elf.
That's right.
Yeah. And I will end up having them introduce their characters, which again, it is going to be tied to the main story plot almost, but they are playing different characters. But
Almost.
one of them is playing a most important character, just to point that out. But
Yee.
but I will also mention as well, if you do end up seeing the episode of session 14 or 15, I don't remember which, my character, which I will introduce myself, I am playing as Vexu. I am a Seeker of the Moon, Makote, white hair, Sinek, blue eyes, and I play as a dancer. If you don't know the in-game lore of Final Fantasy, it's essentially the equivalent of a rogue, but you're quick as a
Or
ignorer.
I had to, sorry. I couldn't help myself.
But, so I am currently playing as my character from when he was a bit more younger, from 3 years before the main event. But I will end up saying it just now, there will be a cameo popping up of the one most important character, which I have figured out how to include him into it. But I will not say it, as we're going to go straight to the session. And I will, before I end up doing that, I will have them all introduce their characters' names before we start. Starting with aka Direwolf, who's the one that does do the music on this channel, which I will link to it. But go ahead and introduce your character's name.
Hello, I am Direwolf, and I am playing the character of Zara Ashfell, the female Hrothgar of the group, who is also. I need to pull up my character sheet. Why didn't I do this in a couple seconds? I don't know. She is a female Hrothgar of the Lost, who is also a rogue that fights with a stick and a gun. Don't ask. Don't ask where she got the stick from. Don't ask.
Ride.
I'm asking.
I am playing Javon, a shadow circle druid. He is a Rava Viramale, and he has 7 kids, 6 girls and 1 boy, all of a year old.
All
Single
right.
dad trying to make the best in life.
Alrighty. Yugano, aka, what is your character's name?
Hello. So the character I'm playing is called Sindon. She is a Elizan of Duskbright, and she is a thief who's just making her ends meet and just find anything that she can get her hands on, regardless how dangerous it is. Would she be friendly to anybody? Maybe, maybe not. All depends if they are useful for her, or if she's stuck with them.
And to give you a bit of a quick note, none of them are friends. They don't know each other. They just end up in a mysterious letter, which has had them be led to the Red District, which they have met with the main manager of the brothel, which that's where they have met Vexil, who's currently essentially an acting guide for them. And of course, I will mention it for the fact that there was some attempted flirting. And I'm looking at you.
They're looking at you.
Shush.
Which I will end up saying this as well. She does have a thing for particular taste. Just to let you all get a little hint on that.
Look who's talking.
Excuse me?
You also have a type.
Whatever. The only thing I will end up saying, just don't be like Coxie. Again, if you end up watching an episode, just don't be like her and be the one that says, fuck me, to 5 guys in one room.
It can never be let go whatsoever.
No, it never will, and I am so happy. I am having an Astarian moment right now. I am so happy. Karlak,
Oh
I'm
Lord,
bored.
no.
Let's start a fight.
Yeah. But with that said and done, we're going to start the session off with you, Direwolf. As of right now, currently, at the moment, it is still night out. You guys haven't gone to bed yet. And if I remember correctly, I'm not sure, it's been a while, but were you gonna end up heading to the bar, or should I say the gentleman's bar that is interconnected into the motel? Or correct me if I'm mistaken.
Hmm. Uh, I was gonna go to the. I guess you could say the gentleman's bar. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just looking for my notes here. Yeah, you did end up mentioning that you're also gonna end up getting a drink, so you did. Also, along with Ride,
Javon.
Javon.
Yeah, don't also forget that I'm also in there before they came in.
Yeah, so as for right now, for you, you're gonna, since I am using your in-game nickname, you're currently speaking with the bartender, who is a tall Aura with black and white hair, just chatting. And while you do end up like talking a bit here and there, both Direwolf and Javon do eventually show up like a couple minutes. And I will end up repeating the layout just so I can ensure that everybody knows what the layout looks like. Even though I don't have the image up, I am going to be doing this there in mind, just so you guys be able to imagine it. It is a old time, well furbished layout, leather stained booths and wood stained tables, including particular photos and pictures that are hanging on the walls, and it is pretty well decorated when it comes down to the ceiling, which has, surprisingly enough, fish hooks, but it does have candles hanging off of them. And you do see the dusk white Allison woman currently sitting at the bar just talking with the bartender. Who
Okay.
who is just currently wearing a black dress vest, white long sleeve shirt, and he has a mask on, but he is keeping it on for a specific reason, but you do not know. While you two walk in,
Okay.
which I will allow you three to RP for a bit.
Alright. Just sit at the bar, just normally, and just stretch a bit.
Right now, I have both of you nearby me,
Is that the
and I think I'll
problem?
get away.
You should
Playing.
relax. Being too tense could lead to trouble.
That's probably why they're still single.
Mm,
It is normal at this time of life.
Yeah, but you specifically, big cat, were being a pain in the ass right now.
Have you know there's a decent amount of people who would like a big cat? Don't know much about you. Long ears.
Well, I don't need that kind of excitement as much as you need to.
probably explains why you're so grumpy then.
Also, she's been more tame than you have. Sorry to play devil's advocate here, but you really have no leg to stand on. I forget your name. It's Knifius.
You wanna know my name?
Not really. I just don't know it.
Then what's the point of me giving you my name if you're not bothered to remember?
It matters not to me.
But since we're gonna be working together,
Are we? Seriously?
No.
It's a
are we not?
Yes, of course. I was just being a pain in the ass.
Wait, that is normal for your kind.
Mm. No wonder I'm always on the bottom end.
That too.
Well, since since that is established, so since I'm going to introduce myself with you guys, my name's Sindong, and it's all you're gonna hear about from me. That's it.
Here's my name, now fuck off.
Yep.
The bartender is just like raises his brow at you all while he's just making her drink.
Now refresh my memory because I appreciate once I drink this alcohol, I'm gonna be slightly, not functioning completely or forget stuff. All I know that this job was giving us a lot of currency for us to live off.
You mean Gil?
Yeah.
I see why she's around. She's a real keeper. Doesn't keep her in a fucking cage. Sorry, it's just I make comments here now and then.
You're fine. It's just the big cat that bothers me sometimes.
I mean, Rothgar like her are a rare commodity. If you get near one, you best
Keep them as a
do
pet?
them well.
Sure.
No, you best treat them like gold and better.
But that's nothing over
Because
what I said. You basically telling me to keep them around.
May I speak up for a moment just so I can try to help you explain it a bit better? This is the
Go
bartender
ahead.
that's speaking. Um, Next, the point thing that he is trying to say that her cars are a bit exotic to some people. When it comes down to it, sometimes they do get married, have kids of their own, or better yet, if, let's say, for example, a brothel, it is a bit of a rare occurrence of seeing one. So, in hindsight, you do have to treat them with respect, otherwise they will snap your neck off. No offense.
None taken.
Well, I can see why they're important.
and they also make hella good warriors.
Or depending who's doing it.
Definitely not you.
Well, yeah, definitely not.
You're a
Definitely
little
not
bit
me.
emotional. Is there talk about me over there?
Mm, Nothing more than I said earlier to you, to your face. I said you were a wild beauty, did I not?
Indeed, but you're a mighty flatterer for someone who doesn't try.
Mm, What can I say? I know how to respect someone. Flattery is more likely to keep you alive and not offend someone. And when you just tell the truth, it just makes the world go round now, doesn't it?
That is true.
So,
Wait.
knife years. See anything you like around here? What I mean is attractions in the city. Before I let my mind slip into the gutter. Ellie, I'm talking to you.
Oh, I didn't know.
I said knife years.
No.
Oh, you don't like anything about the city? And I thought you would be. You never know what they could have in the cities and whatnot.
Well, sure, sure. There are cities who are glamorous, very unique, extraordinary buildings, such thing. But like, for me, I'm just going around with a different location. I don't stay in one place.
That's sad. I mean, but again, you do you, boo.
I don't know if
You
that
do
if that if,
you.
I don't know if that's supposed to be offend me or a compliment.
As in, I'm just stating it like it is. You're a young woman, are you not?
Yes,
Okay then.
but it doesn't mean that I don't appreciate it whenever I'm not doing anything
I can
superfluous.
understand that. I can understand that a lot, actually. I mean, I've given up on flings and all, and the general vibe of having the easygoing go in traveling life. I have se- I have 7 little treasures that keep me grounded.
Well, that's good for you.
Can't wait to get this job over and done with and go see them.
But still, this job, what they say is dangerous, isn't it?
Then, as long as we get the pay,
As long as if you don't die, then we get the pay. Depends on the
As
case, though.
sorry, go on.
No, that's it.
As you guys are just having this conversation, um, You do hear soft steps coming from the doorway, and you do hear the bartender kind of just speak up in a bit of a friendly tone towards whoever walked in, and you'll end up going with a lay with slight friendly tone manner, as you'll end up speaking up. I'll have a drink of fancy seeing you here. But yeah, you're not the only one who's unknown at the moment. And I am gonna post this in final.
Can I like check him out? As in like,
Yeah, you can. You can turn yourself over your shoulder. You can look over your shoulder. You can look to the side. You can easily move.
okay.
Yeah. You wanted to look over?
Yeah, to see what the bartender is talking to.
As you turn, uh, and you do yeah, as you do turn to look over your shoulder to see, just out of curiosity, who the bartender is talking to, and surprising enough, there's another one,
Another.
but a bit of a uniqueness to them. It is a black furred Hrothgar, head to toe, and they are currently wearing a mixed purple and blue colored blouse, top, and a jacket. Their hair is braided to the side from one side of her hair, but the rest is just laid out, flowing free. White, gray eyes. Looks pretty young, almost, but kind of around like mid 20s. And one thing that's a bit noticeable is that she has two horns sticking out of her forehead. Pure pitch black. As she just walk in, just wearing black leather pants, black combat boots, just waving at the bartender, and she'll take the very end from the right or left side of you, mostly your left, and she'll sit the very end of the bar on the bar stool, and she'll just wave for a drink. Just being quiet as ever.
You said Vieira?
Hrothgar.
No, it's a rough
Oh,
guy. Look at the fun fantasy thing. That's what you posted it.
I was in a little sneezing.
Well, she's a very smart.
Okay. I knew they could come with one horn, but two?
That's rare, isn't it?
That's almost unheard of. Actually, it is unheard of.
Unless she's a hybrid of some sort.
I don't know any races that have horns like that, even if all Ross don't have horns like that.
No.
Just like you don't see Vieira with tails very often, because it's almost unheard of. But very few males are born with a tail, and they're normally twins.
Mm.
Or I'm pretty sure there's Elizons that are born with round ears, with ever so subtle points, as a rarity.
You're not wrong on that one.
You do
I see
know that I
ancestry.
can hear you all talking right next to me.
We were just marveling. We're not talking shit.
Hmm.
I mean, we can if you want us to.
If you have anything that you want to ask, just ask.
Gay mode activated. He looks at her boots and he looks at her shirt. And you can just almost hear the silent tisk tisk in his breath as he rolls his eyes.
Okay, for one thing, I came from the gym.
I expect a woman of style to actually have style.
Taking Jack to a woman that be belly, no. Wow.
I'm a judgmental gay man.
She'll just
It's
raise
an
her brow at you.
I'm what I'm saying is I'm joking.
Hmm.
You look fine. I'm just trying to do an icebreaker here.
Well, you say that. The bartender just brings this pretty fancy looking martini. And she'll just flips
Okay,
over a gilt coin onto the table and she'll just gently take it and just takes a sip or two.
you know what? A woman of class. I can respect that. So, what's your name?
At one say until all of you do say your names. I prefer to let them introduce themselves first than me.
But it's also polite, since I asked you and I will do the same in response. It's only polite in rules of engagement. Do I need to roll persuasion?
Yes, roll persuasion.
No, I was double checking that for you.
Yeah, no,
Because,
I'm
like,
being honest. Roll persuasion.
All of us or just him?
Just him.
okay, Javon. I have so many characters. I had scrolled way down, and I forgot I'm using another portrait. Okay, persuasion. Scrolling down. Why do I always have to roll the lowest? I always incite the lowest skill checks.
Ooh. As you tried to convince her to introduce herself first. She's like a bit hesitant until she just gestures back to you. You first.
Well, as long as I get the answer I want in return. My name's Javon Ilias. That the quiet one over there, the wild beauty, her name's Zara. And knife is. Introduce yourself. Zara don't like speaking.
I usually don't speak with people unless I deem them worth, but since you push, fine.
No, I just said your name so you didn't have to introduce yourself. All you can do is nod.
Mm-hmm.
Knife is. Are you listening or are you staring at the bartender again?
Be right back.
Okay.
Yeah, I talked to Ellie, and she goes Shadow Clone Jutsu on my ass. Wait, am I the only one in can't? Oh, you can see. Okay, you can actually see my rolls because
Yeah.
I have Javon in
Yep.
Ryu no Kage.
Yep. Uh, so she'll just raise her brow towards Ellison, or she'll just slightly shrug.
I swear she's absent-minded. You know, draft necks always have their heads in the clouds.
Ready? Well, in my tongue is Ecotreus. What? You just going by the
Okay.
common name? Abel.
Hmm.
A woman named Abel. Okay.
Interesting.
Hmm.
I mean, if it makes you feel any better, I named my youngest. I named my son Eve by accident.
Pity. Misgender?
Thought we Vieira normally. How do I put this? Vieira normally don't show their gender until they're 10 years old.
Mm.
But my son, when he, when my kids turned about a year old, my son started showing his gender early. So normally we give very out of character. This is actually Final Fantasy lore.
Mm.
We normally give neutral names until they're the age of 10 and start showing their genders. And then we adjust their names accordingly with the proper suffixes. So I've been trying to call him Evian, but his nickname is Eve. It's what he responds to. Bless him in his little chocobo onesie. But what brings you into town, Miss Abel?
And I actually in the photo co-worker for that one fellow that again the gods blesses either. Fix him. The one McGoldney for bright pure white hair, sorry noise. And he seems like he did be dressed up like a femboy.
Wait, you mean the stripper downtown?
Yes.
I heard he's been getting a lot of bad reviews. It, he has plenty of ass, and he just doesn't know how to shake it. And he wears those god awful heels he can't even move around in. I'm sorry.
His
He needs.
I don't blame him. It's just he's supposed to wear those things. He looks better in his own taste of clothing, but
I know they offer better heels than that. They're allowed to wear. He's just choosing the most ankle-breaking ones.
just so he
I've seen
can
it.
just so he can be in the bed and avoid anything. The only
I mean,
difference.
have you seen him try to do a burlesque dance? Oof, he took off his corset and landed tits first into a woman's face. She just pushed him off with her stiletto. Talk about asshole for tea kettle. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Rune.
Sorry at all.
I actually am. I'm sorry, I had to get the jabs in.
You get inspiration for that.
Thanks.
And I don't really blame him. It's just he is way too innocent.
You'd do a lot better. With the way he moves out of his heels, you will never notice the man's around. He should get a job as an investigator or something. Seriously, people would pay high dollar to utilize his skill. Poor sod.
What did I play a game on here and see what all of this is about? And
Just, I. Someone needs to tell him to stay away from the Aura men. He gets way too flustered around them. It's heartbreaking to see. If it wasn't so goddamn funny.
I'm back.
yeah, then the only thing that I would end up saying that he does have a thing for Rob is just again he's too innocent.
That innocence is gonna come back to bite him.
Yeah,
What did I miss? Why? Why is Rai laughing? What did I miss?
he roasted my character.
What? He riz?
Roasted.
Oh, roasted. Okay, I thought he
He
riz.
roasted poor Vexu. That's the other thing I'll say.
But let's be honest, Vexu has the final laugh here.
How so? Again,
He
go on to
lives.
explain.
He lives. He's still alive 3 years from now. Okay. And he finally turns to. He holds up a finger real quick. Sorry, disabled. He turns back to the giraffe neck. Will you introduce yourself now? Miss Abel's been waiting patiently for you to get your head out of the clouds.
Is this the one? Is this the one that's been blushing after the big boss?
Mm-hmm.
How many more people are gonna keep, you know, annoying me with that BS right now?
No. Look, honey, let the arms stand to it. News spreads around like wildfire.
I mean, this town, it's a, for crying out loud, the night scene. the grapevine spreads like
God,
daisies.
I gush or I have a small crush to one person just because they look handsome.
It's not that you did, it's who you did it to. He's pretty popular.
I mean, like, what? Who wouldn't?
Not.
Zara, I mean, Javon lips Zara.
She doesn't count.
No, no, no. He's silently communicating with her, trying to at least. He's trying. He's just pointing out. Is like the look on his face as he looks at Zara says, "Hmm, we didn't."
Well, good, both of you. But either way, I'm Shandong, and I'm here to do the job. And then I came here for a drink up to get rid of these two, even though I'm gonna be working with them.
You have no
No, no,
choice.
you. Your drinking problem has nothing to do with us.
Uh,
Don't
I'm
even.
drinking. I'm drinking to relax, to keep my mind at ease without choking one of you.
can you let me talk?
I'm sorry.
You do have to talk together. Otherwise, the job will not really go through. Besides, I wouldn't have saying just be wary.
Of
Just surroundings in general. Or people. There has been a
is it
lot of rumors of a recent thing that happened.
okay? You're gonna need to give more than that.
Roll in our persuasion.
God damn it. I'm adding guidance to this. I ruin. Guidance won't fucking matter.
You do have inspiration.
Mm-hmm. Fine. Still being guidanced. $17 plus 1d4. That's 18. Thank you, guidance.
Then she does kind of just look over to you, for she just reluctantly sighs. Alright, fine. There has been some recent news of a military artisan man gone AWOL.
Oh. Shit.
And there has been some rumors down that he is a hybrid, but he has been hiding it pretty well.
Hybrid of what, exactly?
Some say that he is all raw.
And you said military man?
Military, artisan, what else? You name it.
Okay.
Dirty, short, blonde hair. He does have a scar across his cheek.
Okay. I only know of one other hybrid, and he's closely guarded by the VR gang in town.
Mm.
His adopted mother doesn't let him go far.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to calculate here. Javon is. I mean, Javon. Era is roughly 20. So this is 3 years before that. So you're a 16, 17 in this? Yeah? Roughly speaking?
Roughly.
Yeah. Teenager. He's the only hybrid I've seen. And he DJs for the club in the center of town. I mean, no, it wasn't center, it was east. I have incorrect me. East of town? It was towards the east, correct? The VR gang?
Hey!
Ivan?
You're muted.
Huh?
What?
And
I-
it's knowledge. This is knowledge I know,
Ah,
and
me.
I'm correcting it.
What was east of town?
The VR gang is the east of the city, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, and towards the central east of the city, that is where he normally performs and is holed up because his mother doesn't let him go anywhere else.
Lady.
But Amiko Ra, I think his name's Ira, something like that. He doesn't speak much.
Hmm.
And it said if anyone gets close to him, they end up coming up missing shortly after. But that's besides the point, sorry.
That's alright. Let yep. There's been news of also Duck on the ball. And as of right now, he might be taking on some odd jobs. So I don't know his name or last name, but he might be there.
Okay. But thank you for the information.
That's no issue. The only thing I would end up saying is try to be nice to the poor bloke.
As long as he doesn't threaten. I'm nice to everyone, as long as they don't threaten my children.
Yes, the between me and you, he doesn't really have anybody. Period.
I heard that's the way of hybrids, though. Ostracized by everyone and anything.
I'm not talking about the hybrid. I'm talking about Fixer. So just be nice to him.
Fun and dandy.
Not really. And again, since I don't know your name, Porteous.
Wait, whose name do you not know?
The one that was silent the whole time. The pointy yet one.
She said her name.
Really?
I did say my name.
I do apologize for that.
Zelly here is just fine.
Then yeah. Good luck with the big boss. And she stands up and takes her glass of martini and just slowly starts walking out.
Wait, she's allowed to take the glass with her?
The bartender will end up speaking up. Excuse me, she is a laborer.
Fine. It was just a little shocking. That normally goes against standard bar rules. Who am I to judge, though?
We do sometimes let people take it to their rooms.
Good point. Ben, what do you think of Azara? Oh, come on.
What?
I asked, what do you think of her, Zara? And I'm probably getting a blank stare.
You're talking to somebody who doesn't speak much.
Well, it seemed like Zara was good at cutting through bullshit. It's good to have someone else's insight and thoughts.
True. If you get anything from her.
I'm trying to fill awkward silence. Why does this always happen? God damn it, you. Okay, I'm always that guy to fill in awkward silence because I'm trying to, hand the feather off to someone else so they can speak.
You mean
And
handing
then
the mic?
feather, mic, whatever. It's just, the baton, if you will.
But yeah,
It's like,
pass
hey,
the
your
baton to
turn.
somebody else to speak.
And then it's
So-
just me speaking, and there's like 7 other freaking people in the party. Case in point, 2 sessions ago. I start feeling the silence, and no one is picking up. And everyone's standing together. So I have to start the most awkward bullshit just to get the ball rolling, and Ivan's rolling his eyes at me.
Yeah, so speak, motherfucker.
Everyone needs to fucking speak. It is the curse of ride.
If I speak, I'm gonna get fucking targeted of fucking being bullied. True.
That's me.
God damn it! You said that.
But so I love the fact of Rune that we established Eve and it's like quote unquote Eve and Abel.
What do you think I ended up doing the horns for?
Yeah. It makes sense for Eve to be, since you said hatchling, to be roughly like a year old, 3 to 4 years old altogether, and ties in to this side of things.
Right, well, if all of you don't have anything else to say, I will. If anybody has a question, send it to me in DMs. And
I think the one thing I could ask, I don't have to ask her in DM, but like, does she has any information that can that relates to the objective that we are going to?
yeah, I can't say, but yeah.
Okay, so if that if that if that gives something to you know go through go through to the objective. So for me, it's just me asking her like few questions about the certain type of danger that we're going through. Before we go into the back to our like houses or not houses, our rooms to take a rest. Also, I mean, I don't think I was here for this, but I don't remember her name.
Abel.
Abel? Okay.
Again, Ivan, you're welcome for the little connections there.
So, April, right?
She's gone.
She's gone?
Yeah, she walked out with her martini in hand, strutting.
Damn
I mean, if it wasn't for everyone doing awkward silence, everyone had the opportunity to talk to her, and I.
it. I don't know where I could probably find her if it's possible to find her.
You'll try.
Go ahead, try.
Not the motherfucker speaks.
What's wrong, Ryan? Is everything okay, buddy?
I'm pulling out the body bag as we speak.
You're holding the body bag as you speak.
Anyway, so you're gonna take
Can I
try to
can,
follow?
can I try to catch up to her to ask her a few questions?
Yeah, but the only thing I will end up saying, roll 1d100.
1D100. What the fuck is that?
What do you mean, what the fuck is that? It's a D100, so roll a D100.
83.
Have you, I was gonna say, have you ever played D&D before?
Not fully. Legit, in the long term, it is Ivan's campaign currently.
Oh, oh, you do. Kind of catch up to her. And the reason why I said kind of is because the alcohol is kind of kicking in.
Okay, like I said before, I will get tipsy. Let's go. So I'm busy almost wobbling.
You're wobbling as you try to make your way to catch up with her. And roughly, again, you do follow the same directions, but as you make a turn, you do see her kind of just setting down her martini glass on a dresser in the hallway, and you do see a familiar long haired, white, black skinned Makote who is now wearing a
I can't wait to see that.
oh my lord.
You're the one who is grabbing it right now.
how do I sign this again?
Fuck off.
Let me look up.
I was just gonna look at everyone.
Hang on.
Hmm.
I'm trying to make a goddamn picture.
This could either turn out as a funny haha bit or a up. I'm in trouble.
What except he is wearing a he's wearing his hair up in a pretty feminine-esque type of style, but it's in a hair tie. He's wearing this window sleeveless shirt, leather pants, leather sneakers, and I am gonna post this in the damn thing just so um anybody can see it. And surprisingly enough, he doesn't have the black straight line across his eyes.
So I'm looking at Vixu right now.
Yep.
Okay.
To anybody who's wanting to see what he's wearing, let go on the chat. As for a little something I will end up saying, no. And I will end up saying just now, I am not showing the Discord to anybody who's interested. There's a player called Raylan, aka Radia, who is a maid assassin fanboy. And just to simply say it, he does thirst over Pacific types. Simply put it.
If it's anything that's bangable, honestly, there is no type here.
Yeah. Yeah, that is what Vaxu is currently wearing. As you see Abel and him kind of just talking.
Can I listen in on what they're talking about?
Roll perception. And if I remember correctly, you have a little feature from your Rachel trait.
14.
And you just ignored what I said completely. Okay.
You say feature, but I understood that.
Racial feature.
Oh. So racial features.
Yeah, species traits.
I don't think I understood what you mean by that.
Go to traits and go to features and traits on your sheet.
Okay.
and go to species traits.
You can keep going down. Thank you for meowing my ear.
And ladies and gents, that is a cat that you just heard.
Really?
Okay. What about my?
Never mind. I'm just gonna stick to 14.
No, I was looking at it. What do you want me to do with it?
Do you have proficiency in hearing, or do you?
No, there's a dark vision.
Okay, so yeah, 14. Which is decent, but you do kind of just. How would she end up like listening to them since she's like in the hallway?
I did not thought about that.
Hmm?
Now I'm hoping that they didn't saw me.
No,
The
I'm
walls didn't.
asking how would she be trying to listen in since she rolled a 14? How would she be doing it? Would she be leaning on the wall while listening, or
I guess should be leaning against the wall, trying to listen in on what they're talking about, if involved with the objective, with the task that are being handed to.
alrighty? I'm gonna roll a die. Okay. So you do kind of manage to get some information from this, as you do hear them like both talking normally, and you do see Abel kind of just places her hand on top of his head, kind of just roughing it up a little bit in a gentle, motherly way. Um, while she does that, though, Vexu would kind of just groan in annoyance, kind of just swatting her hand away as his ears kind of just folded back. Miss Abel Brandy, I'm not a kid. But anyway, have you been seeing the big boss lately? No, right? He has already been around much, but until recently. Vexel, you do look a little bit worried. What is it? It does not really make sense. Especially since I've been trying to find out what he's been doing. Especially since he's the one that's been having me do these guides or being a tour guide or something. When it comes down to these new people that he keeps bringing in. But a bank robbery on the bank that has most zero security? It's just a bit odd. And I've been excluded from even doing that myself. So you're trying not to think about it, or better yet, trying to look into as to why? I don't know. It's just, again, it just feels odd to me, especially with how he would usually bring in people from the Nakagumi gang, and when now he brings in three people that has no connection to any of them, minus the fact that comes down to that Harafka lady, that game, he does seem to be very skittish. Especially since he was talking towards her mostly with respect. Yeah, I, I'm wondering if you have talked to him or whatnot, but since you and I both are in the dark, I would just say just be careful. I'll be alright. The only thing I'll end up saying is that I am gonna be one that's gonna help him out. Besides, do you mind if we try to just be in the car or the getaway vehicle if it gets close to being hectic? Alright? You end up saying can just see Vexuk shake his head before he'll nod, and he turns away in waves as he heads out from the front lobby. While she goes and turns back to grab her martini glass from the dresser. Can I help everybody's taking notes?
Everything you've said so far.
Go ahead, Ellie.
So what I basically understood is just the information I gather isn't as much as is helpful, but, but
Uh,
still gives but still gives some insight about like some of the members that are in the dark about what's going on.
yeah. And again, even with the perception alone, you can kind of tell that between both Abel and Vexo, they do seem to care in some way when it comes down to just three random people. But
Okay.
you do kind of keep the information in your head, especially since, again, you will keep the information about the fact that they are both in the dark and the lack of information that they end up being given. So, yeah, that's what you will end up getting.
So, in character, so this is interesting. They don't know what's going on with their boss, what he's doing with us, but they're still gonna try their best to help him, regardless if it is good or bad. Very interesting. But also, those two relationship is a bit weird. As in, like she's teasing him for something, but it kind of looks like a mother figure for him. But who knows? I should probably head back since I don't think I'm gonna get any answer from them.
He sees a lot, but is it any important?
Is it important for like what the information that I got?
It doesn't seem important.
It does seem important, but I don't know if they will have the answer, or if they're willing to give us information about it.
Hmm.
Hey, how did you get here?
What?
Why are you staying next to me?
Why not?
Oh, you're over there. I'm sorry. I'm still a bit out of my mind right now.
Hmm.
But what you heard, do you think they will have some information about the stuff that we're going for?
Hmm.
Second of all, I'm just gonna repost this here just so Ellie can have some reference. That's gonna bite her in the ass.
What does not?
The sound of your voice right now.
Right now. What was that?
Rude.
Ah.
Cabrona que tú eres.
So I was gonna see them all and just chuckle. Dubs yells in towards him. Go ahead.
Why go ahead?
Go ahead.
I did fucking roll. Just the reason why I asked you to roll that because I was fucking laughing at my ass off. Yeah, no. He is fucking leaning against the wall next to you all.
So I was
The,
gonna
on-
look
the
at him.
only difference, the only difference is that he is wearing a casual short sleeve shirt, blue jeans, and later sneakers.
Zara's gonna point at the elf while looking at her and go, "She wants you. Bye." Gets up from the barn, walks away to another side of the barn.
I mean, she's not lying.
You're not helping. You're not doing this bit again.
I mean, I'd offer to do it, but that's besides the point. Not every day you come across someone this handsome. But two are making doe eyes at him, so I'm going to fuck off now.
I'm not done buffing you. Come back.
What are you telling to come back?
Yep, he's asking you and Jay to come back.
I don't think this is how this works. This is not an ad or a photo shoot for a porno.
And no.
Zara walks back over.
I'm assuming you met Miss Sable.
Yeah,
Without
we
calling
did
her
run
up,
into her.
But you two end up speaking at the same time.
Oh, I said yes. We did. We did met her.
He'll end up looking towards the direction that she is heading off to, not from the opposite side from you. All, and she just dips into a room that she opens for closing it behind her.
Well, Mr. Bossman. But it's not that I heard them. You're keeping them out of dark on purpose.
Second of all, my name is Bitterfield. Race.
Well, I'm sorry, Mr. Betterfield. Even though some of us people still call you the boss man.
For multiple reasons.
I'm just not gonna. I'm not gonna acknowledge that for now. But
It's a
like,
different word she'd call you.
mm. But either way, it still stands. You're keeping some information from your people, from your allies, the people who are right behind you. May I ask why you're doing this?
He'll just kind of just rub his brow with his finger. Or he just moves his hand away from his face and he just sits there for a moment, just kind of just quiet before he eventually speaks up. For one, Bexu is not really well equipped to do that on his own. Plus,
Adventurous work.
he is special in some way. Yes, he has tried to keep it. It wasn't time, but he is special due to his unique side that he was born with. Advertising. But he's not ready yet.
Hmm.
Minus the fact that Miss Abel, she is still younger, but middle aged. She took a mib when he was a kid.
Mm.
So basically, a mother figure. Yeah.
Yes. And
Makes sense.
and it is a bit of a sad scene that we did end up coming across, and well, and to simply put it, he was not originally Makote. Pretty sure that some of you, well, one of you might have heard a potion called Fantasia.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Dai found the
Isn't
latest one.
Hmm?
a potion that changed their appearance slash race with one?
His mother, well, most of his family were Hrothgars.
Hmm.
So he used to be a Rafakar, now he's a Mikote.
Explains why he's so huge.
Yeah.
Perfect for you. Shoves. Shoves you
I'm
guys.
going to murder you.
You're welcome.
A lot of his family died due to a gang that was put together due to them stealing something that I wouldn't know what. But most of them died because they did something that broke their code.
Mm.
So his dying mother gave him the Fantasia, and well,
The rest is history from that point on.
he doesn't
Imagine so.
remember it.
Mm.
I prefer to keep it that way because it was a bit of a bloodbath.
Mm. I won't pry for that information unless you want me to.
I do prefer that he don't.
Yeah, okay. I won't ask.
As for Miss Abel, even though she is gentle to him, she is a bit of a freelance. She's no gang or yakuza, simply put it in terms. Minus the fact that she is a bit unique due to her two horns, but she did. Well, I'm pretty sure you have heard of the old religion, but she was named after one of the key figures. So. Tomorrow I will have Miss Abel come in to wake you all up, and she'll have you with her to check out the layout of the bank.
All right.
And with that, he stops leaning against the wall, and as he walks by and leaves, he does do a quick dip with a slight bow, and he just slightly bows to you all before he leans back up and resumes leaving.
I remembered. I do not say this out loud. I'm gonna point it out before you fucking do anything to me against my will. In a soft whisper, I say, the things I do to this man, if it wasn't the big man of this goddamn place.
Can I roll perception because I am still next to her
Yeah.
to see if I hear her?
Yeah, I'm going to fucking hit you and unarmed.
Oh, I always have perception, advantage in perception. Perfect. A dirty 20.
Yeah, you hear.
I'm just gonna slowly turn my head towards her and go, mm-hmm. Really? Hmm. I
It
could
does not
do.
help. It does not help for the fact that he is well fed despite his age.
I'm just gonna go, I could do a thing or two for you, pull some strings.
I'm going to work on your head.
He just like leans back in a chair, legs and arms crossed, like, really? And miss a night out with that man? Hmm. Really?
I, I, I swear to fuck you that if you start shouting out loud for him to hear, I'm going to fucking end you.
I don't need to. You're being louder than me already.
Uh, Please tell me it does not hear it.
I'm rolling.
Rolling perception to see if he hears it. It would be
And
accurate.
one thing that makes it funny is that he is a seeker of the sun. So he has a little advantage. Yeah, he does not hear jack shit.
He doesn't hear
Thank
shit.
you!
I'm just gonna slowly, like, get up and go, do you want the keys?
What do you mean, keys?
I'm going to walk and I'm gonna bump into the guy and I'm gonna try to snatch the keys of his room.
Oh, okay. Roll sleight of hand.
I have a +10 in sleight of hand.
Oh shit.
What?
Okay.
16.
16. Will he notice?
You would have to roll perception.
That's the reason why. And it's gonna be. Wouldn't it end up be percentage or, with advantage or
14.
no?
It would not be with advantage, and if I am doing it from behind him,
Yeah, so
there would be a disadvantage because I am doing it from a spot where he can't
a
see.
nat one.
So well then.
Both at once.
I'm gonna just snatch the keys and I'm just gonna pat him on the back.
What the
Sorry, I'm just trying to find bathroom.
did any?
Just gonna like walk all the way back to her, just like hand her the key. Here it is.
You do not. I'm not gonna do that.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not. You cannot convince me otherwise.
Then would you like to explain to the guards how you ended up with the key? And I'm gonna put it in her hand anyways.
Can I? Can I do a smack?
Try to hit me. You would have to just do an unarmed strike at that point.
I know that's what I'm trying. That's what I'm going to do.
Oh boy. And you just roll the hit.
Yeah. I have a plus 6. I'm hoping
What, did it hit or?
to hit.
To
Okay.
slap me in the face.
That's a 19.
Yeah,
Plus 6, 25.
you slapped me in the face, just ah. And it's like decent. We'll do better. It's like then smirk again. It's like you should still die. Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Look, even if I wanted to, doesn't mean that I have to.
You should.
For me, I should. I don't need to do this.
You do.
Oh,
Do you want to explain to guards where you got the key? Because here's the thing, little missy. I can lie. I've worked for these people before. Worked for everybody. I'm a thief. But you, no name. Nobody knows you, so they're less likely to trust you and trust me more. Check and mate.
and you do know I'm also a thief who can just fucking charisma my way out.
You better put those skills to use to getting in instead of out.
I'm just wondering what Pride is doing.
She's probably just over there watching. It's like,
And probably taking notes.
As producer for Rai, he takes notes as Era should.
Well, I'm just me alone on
I
final.
would just like look at
I
you
I
directly.
I pay
Just,
no. I mean, let me just join you in final so you don't be lonely.
just looking at you directly, going, "You should go. You should."
I'm
Um,
gonna.
may I roll sleight of hand?
Or
For what?
I'm going to DM this to
I swear, okay, if you're
Rune.
gonna take
Okay.
it and you gonna.
And I did end up saying this gift, by the way, which I am going to end up posting. Like, this is what I'm just. Like, yeah, this is Ellie.
I'm not jogging my way all the way to him.
Anyways, I'm just gonna like get up from the chair, stand up and stretch, and I just go. I am heading to my room. I have nothing else, and not a single man entices this
Yeah,
beast.
DM Rune.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast guidance on myself.
All right.
Okay. 4.
Okay, guidance in sleight of hand.
If he's doing anything to any of the players, that person
Plus
needs to get
guidance.
notified.
That is a 17. What is your passive perception,
Who?
Ellie?
My perception check. Oh no,
No,
wait, no.
your passive perception
16.
I beat you out.
by 1.
What's going on? What? I swear to
I'm not
God.
gonna say
Okay,
anything.
I'm going to say what I did, but you can't use this as player knowledge. But this is player knowledge, not character knowledge. You have a bright pink sticky note to tape to your back. Safety pin to your back that says, "I have your key, Daddy."
The next item I'm meeting is an item, which means that this challenge
Written
will
in
begin
bright,
Saturday at about 10 p.m.
glowing letters.
with queso and beans on top. Sensational. Secret menu. Biggest right the Buffalo 23-hour mark, and I just got
And Ira's going to redirect you. And Rune, please make stuff happen. I need comedy right now.
So I was just gonna like stretch, look around.
Why don't you just pick me the fuck up over your fucking shoulder and just throw me into the fucking direction that he goes? At this point, it's one comedy.
Zara might do that.
I swear to God.
I am the biggest of all of us.
Would she end up
Yeah.
noticing it though?
Javon is literally the shortest out of the 3 of us.
Yeah.
Zara's just gonna like, as I was doing originally, not noticing that this bet put a sticky, a sticky note on her back. Since there's no men that entice me, I'll head to bed. There's no fun here. Nothing special. Just like walks.
Oh, Ridley, I do have something up my sleeve there. So you
I
might have jinxed
doubt it.
yourself.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
I wonder what. I bet there's nothing.
Same.
Zara's
I
just
didn't-
gonna walk.
If I remember correctly, she has a ring, right?
Not yet, no. Technically, still not married either.
And we don't know we haven't met the doctor yet, so.
Yeah.
That's going to have to wait a bit.
Yeah, it's gonna have to wait a bit.
I'm gonna have to give you this information, then, Rune, just for you to understand why I was laughing so much. There. There you go.
I knew it.
Is it what we originally thought, Rune?
There's
That
only
thing-
one thing I can tell you. You cannot tell anyone about it or confirm or deny anything about it, since this is a campaign set in the same story, same universe, but in the past. This is
Yeah.
still information you cannot know.
Yeah, it's just Rune and I had a theory about her. That's it.
And it's information I have to give you since you're being the campaign with the same characters in the past.
Mainly, Vexer is one that's like related to that, especially since again, my guess was correct. That's the only thing I will say.
Okay, so it is what we
Nah,
talked about. No. I don't need any more.
don't say it.
I'm not. I'm going to leave it alone. Our private conversations are our private conversations. Are we moving on forward?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, the sticky note on the elf plus the key, and Zara and Javon are just going their own separate ways. Zara's just going to her room, not liking anyone that she sees in here. No one spikes her interest.
Javon's gonna wander a bit. The night's still young.
Where you're wandering to.
Anywhere and everywhere, I'm allowed. Preferably not next to women.
Alrighty.
I love how specific that was. I love how specific that was.
Well, you're just walking around the motel, or are you gonna go out?
I'm gonna go out.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna roll die.
Motels are kind of sleazy, don't you think?
Yeah, but where do you want to go?
I'm gonna go to the Vieira Club.
Oh, where you guys first met. Okay.
More specifically, the one towards the east.
I know.
Because it's supposed to be a good gig. I mean, a big gig
Place.
going, music and everything.
Alrighty.
Just feel the adrenaline and not be annoyed. Lose yourself with the bass type of thing.
No, I understand. Um. So, with how you both do kind of, I wouldn't have seen this. Well, you decide to go ahead and head towards the club. It is a good minute or so, or more, to get there. And most of the time, would you be getting a taxi, or are you going to be walking?
He's going to be using his motorcycle.
Okay, well, it's a bit easier than you said that. Yeah, you get there a bit fairly quick. And when it comes down to it,
Ivan might need to help you with this.
yeah.
Because there's a very specific reason why I'm doing this.
Okay.
I mentioned earlier about this particular club,
Yeah.
and I want to see how this kid was acting. Does tie in. It really does. A lingering spark, if you will, through contact. Do you want me to break character so I can explain this?
Yeah.
Okay. Just like you're doing with Abel and Zetsu, I'm trying to make a spark between, since Eve. I'm canonizing Eve as Javon's child, and I want him to get close enough to touch Ira, to leave that spark to connect. And there's just so much about my own character I do not know that I want to see if Javon can see what's up in a glancing view, kind of thing. Just see where the frickin' everything lies.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, I want to see the inner workings of the gang that quote unquote Ira has been part of for years. I just want lore, Ivan. Really, I'm a lore buff. I'm a lore slut. Okay, I'm a slut for lore.
Wording important.
Yes, very important. I just want to learn more about my character, about Ira. That's what I'm going after, and make that connection between Eve and Ira early on. Even if it is it would be like something recognizable between the two souls, kind of thing. That's what I'm going after here. Since Rune has that going on too.
Okay.
But I also want to see Lazier.
Okay.
So I want to see how this all ties in, subtly, at least. I'm trying to process stuff in my head because you mentioned that in passing by. It's like I want to make it happen, to where it was You said it was canon, so here we go. Just small stuff.
Uh-huh.
So let's begin.
So you want me to detail this at this point, then?
Yes, and I want to know if Ira is acting weird or off.
Okay.
I'm gonna deafen
Sorry.
myself.
I'm sorry. Should I just drop this?
No.
Curiosity killed the ride, and there's just so much that before that's pre-campaign about Ira that I'm dying to know.
Hmm.
Since he was raised in the gang, and I would like to see the inner workings, just a sneak peek, if you will.
Okay.
If you're comfortable with allowing that.
The thing is, yeah, we can do that.
But
Not only would this be derailing Rune's whole story of
yeah.
this,
Sorry, I'll stop.
because you would make Rune go from a DM to just a spectator, and force me to go from player to DM.
Okay, I won't. I won't do it then. It's just sorry. It's been questions I've had, and I know I'm not a talk about it. Sorry, it was stupid. He's just gonna go to the first club and dance, and just lounge around as well. Just forget I said anything. I'm sorry.
It's fine, right? It's just I just don't want to have any spoilers or anything.
It's not spoiler. This isn't spoily stuff. It's just I'm genuinely wondering how my character was before the events of, because remember we lost his backstory,
Mm-hmm.
and I wanted to. It's like I want Ivan to. I've been asking Ivan to help me formulate a backstory, and this is the quickest, most simplistic way with your help, Rune. It's just how he acted and shit like that. Because I'm lost, because everyone has something they can draw from constantly, and I'm sitting here drawing blanks because I can't just pull something out of my ass on the fly without Ivan's approval. And since we're doing pre-actual the prequel to the campaign with this, I thought if someone saw era and how things were going briefly, I could formulate, okay, I can do this, this, and this. He would know this, this, and this. And we could leave it at that. I am so sorry. Unless you just want to DM it to me, Ivan. But just the whole objective is just to go to a club and dance and watch around. I awkward silenced again. Fuck. Yeah, Yara just goes to the club and he dances. In the story, yeah? No, I'm sorry. I'm
No,
stupid.
no, I'm
Fine,
I'm
you're
gonna
fine.
impropo. I'm gonna impropo. Roll 1d20 for me.
Sure.
I'm just glad we're over with what we were doing with me.
That's a 5.
5. You do get to the club, and you park your motorcycle before heading in. It is a free walk in and out, and when it comes down to it, I would end up asking specifically. Just dancing, right?
Mm-hmm. Dancing and looking around. Mainly focusing on just the performance on stage.
Well, roll a 1d12.
That's a 6. That is one cocked-sided die. It looked like it should have been on 2. But whatever. Into Beyond, are you okay? I'm asking a fucking website if it's okay. What is wrong with me?
As, again, you are just dancing and focusing on the performance.
Yes, on stage.
Yeah. And you, you do see a DJ put up, covered from what you can tell, but you can't really quite see their face.
Uh,
but they do seem to be pretty young. And I'm gonna roll my own die. Okay. You do see as well as this DJ still continues to do their performance on stage. You see a bit of a shorter Vieira. Long, pure black hair. No highlights. Black tank top. And black jacket. Shorts. And colorful neon thigh leather boots. Red piercing eyes, just kind of just walking up onto the stage, just handing him like a drink, just a glass of water.
Okay.
And here's a picture.
Okay. Javon's going to get closer to the music.
As you did so, you get a bit closer. You get a bit more clear sense of the music itself. While you do so, you do see that she and just rubs her hand on top of this person's head before she just pulls her hand away and gets off stage.
May I do an insight check to see, insight or perception? A history check or something to see if he recognizes who this person is, at least their name.
Yeah. Roll history.
Nat 20 for a 21. So probably the only nat 20 I'll ever get.
I'll DM it to you.
Okay. Are you going to DM that to Ivan as well?
Mm.
I'm stealing that pick, by the way.
What, the picture?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
I asked you a question in DMs as well. Okay. That's why I need to steal the picture.
Anything else?
Is there any gang members just corralling around the DJ?
Not that you can tell.
Okay. It's funny that a teenager's in. He finds it funny that a teenager, what looks to be a teenager, is in an adult's nightclub. Um, he's going to he's going to ask a passing by waitress if everyone knows that the DJ is a minor.
Oh, that's a charisma check.
Yay. That is a 15. I will guidance that if I must.
Unfortunately,
I will roll that 1d4 if I must.
well, you might because I rolled pretty high.
That is a 19.
Well, ladies and gents who is ever watching, do not have the DM's luck because I rolled a nat 20.
Silvery barbs? No. I'm joking.
Don't make me smite your ass.
Smite me, girl.
No, that would end up entertaining anybody who might be watching the other campaign.
Okay, yeah, I'm only picking now. But since I don't know anything, since no one's responding to me,
You're just
I
you're just receiving odd, like, confused looks, and they just simply ignore you. Just
what kind of music is playing?
a bit of a punk-ish, cypress type of punk or funk.
Okay. Sorry, I'm writing notes like crazy right now. So nothing out of the blue. No one believes me that he's a minor.
The only thing that you are having in your head right now is the person that you saw on the stage that left.
I'm going to use detect thoughts on the DJ.
And that's where I'm gonna end it.
Oh, okay.